Welcome to Charlotte Local Unplugged, the podcast that explores Charlotte's vibrant local scene for food, music, entertainment, culture, unplugged events, and the many hidden gems in Charlotte. Your host is Sam Collins. Let's dive in.
Hey Charlotte, I'm Sam Collins, and this is Charlotte Local Unplugged. Today's ride-along is Episode 8, Hidden Treasures, Unearthing Charlotte's best-kept neighborhood secrets. If you've ever wondered where locals actually eat, listen, and wander when they're off the clock, this one's for you. I'm mapping microhoods, doling out respectful exploring tips, and sharing the places that deliver big flavor and creative energy without the crush of crowds. Expect ideas for progressive dinners, art crawls, nightcaps, and wellness resets, plus cheat codes for transit, timing, and budgets. Whether you're new in town or rediscovering your block, consider this your unofficial field guide to the Queen City's quieter, cooler corners. Let's get moving together. What do I mean by hidden neighborhoods? I'm talking micro-pockets tucked between Charlotte's headline districts, places with a few blocks of legacy storefronts, a small park or greenway access, maybe a corner deli, a brewery patio, and a couple of creative studios. They don't trend every week, yet they power the city's cultural metabolism. Microhoods matter because they preserve memory, diversify where dollars land, and keep experimentation affordable for makers and indie restaurateurs. When you spend an evening there, your tab is more likely to support a family business, a neighborhood nonprofit, or a venue nurturing first-time performers. That circulation of attention and cash builds resilience and keeps Charlotte interesting year after year. Before we roam, a few ground rules for being a great guest. Park legally, read posted signs, and skip blocking driveways or bike lanes. Late nights, keep voices down on residential blocks and ride share from designated zones. Support local, order the special, buy the book, tip like you'll be back. Double check hours. Many mom and pop spots close early or take midweek breaks. If a line forms, share tables and clear quickly. Ask before photographing artists, kids, and private homes. Pack out trash on greenways and stick to marked paths. Finally, learn a little context. Who ran this store first? What stood here before? And pass those stories forward. Small habits keep communities welcoming, vibrant, and stress-free. Here's our quick map of microhoods to explore. On the west side, Wesley Heights, Seversville, and Enderley Park, linked by Stewart Creek Greenway and the City Links Gold Line. North End includes Lockwood and Tryon Hills, with Camp North End as the creative anchor. Southeast, the Mora District and nearby Oakhurst blend indie eats, bakeries, and pocket parks. Just northeast of Uptown, Belmont, Optimist Park, and Villa Heights connect via Little Sugar Creek and Optimist Hall. And to the east, Charlotte's International Corridor spans stretches of Central Avenue, Eastway Drive, and Albemarle Road, loaded with global groceries and family-run restaurants. Each cluster rewards slow walking and a curious palate. Bring friends and split everything. Let's start west. Stroll Stewart Creek Greenway from Wesley Heights towards Seversville, listening for birds and trains, then pop out near Blue Blaze Brewing for a trailhead pint and a soft pretzel. Grab-and-go lunch from a neighborhood market or deli. Think a hot Cuban, pimento cheese, or a meat-and-three plate, and picnic at shady benches. Walk past Johnson C. Smith University to appreciate its history as a cultural anchor and look for murals tucked alongside streets. Getting there is easy. Ride the City Links Gold Line streetcar to Johnson and Wales or Johnson C. Smith stops, then explore on foot. Sunset brings golden light on those brick bungalows. Bring water and comfortable walking shoes. North End is your Friday night playground. Camp North End opens studios, fills the yards with food trucks, and books live sets that spill between warehouses. Start with coffee and culture at Archive CLT, flip through zines, local history, and art prints, then shift to dinner. Leon Louise serves modern Southern with deep Delta roots. Share plates, ask for sauce pairings, and save room for dessert. For the nightcap, glide to Petty Thieves Brewing. Their upstairs lounge frames the skyline, and the outdoor seating is ideal for post-show debriefs. Keep an eye on pop-up calendars. Makers, DJs, and chefs rotate often, so every visit samples something unexpected. Arrive early. Parking fills during headline sets. Moray and Oakhurst are for unhurried mornings. Start with an indie bakery. Order a seasonal hand pie, a flaky croissant, or a biscuit layered with jam, and sip from a coffee window while you people watch. Common Market Oakwold is the neighborhood living room. Grab a sandwich, peruse the cooler, and slide onto the patio for friendly chatter. Pocket parks dot the area, giving you shaded breaks between bites. Check neighborhood calendars for rotating pop-up maker events. Jewelry, ceramics, and small batch sauces often debut here. The vibe is creative but low-key, perfect for catching your breath between busier districts. Dogs, strollers, and sketchbooks all fit in comfortably. Stick around for sunset-lit porches and conversations nearby. Slide north of Uptown into Belmont, Optimist Park, and Villa Heights for an easy wellness meets food afternoon. Start at Cordelia Park with a stretch or slow lap, then hop onto Little Sugar Creek Greenway for a breezy walk. Thirsty? Birdsong Brewing's patio welcomes dogs, conversation, and a sampler flight. When the crew gets hungry, head to Optimist Hall and graze. Split dumplings, tacos, and gelato across counters so everyone finds a favorite. As evening settles, wander to Starlight on 22nd for a low-key nightcap among lamps, books, and vinyl. It's a choose-your-own-pace area. You can be in and out in an hour or linger all afternoon. Weekdays feel calmer. Saturdays buzz with family energy everywhere. Ready for a progressive dinner? Head to East Charlotte's International Corridor. Start on Central Avenue with a taqueria appetizer, 2 al pastor or lengua tacos with lime and salsa. Slide down Eastway Drive for Ethiopian. Share a veggie combo on injera so everyone samples lentils, greens, and stews. Next, cruise toward Albemarle Road for Vietnamese. Split fresh spring rolls and a steaming bowl of pho or bun. Finish with a global grocer run for sweets, pandan cakes, sesame candies, or tropical fruit to go. Pro tips: carry cash for small counters, ask for recommendations, and pace yourself. Flavor builds fast, and leftovers become tomorrow's lunch. Share plates, trade bites, and compare spice levels joyfully. Art walks to prioritize. South End's First Friday Gallery Crawl, the Noda Gallery Crawl, and Camp North End Open Studios. Each has a different feel. South End is polished and buzzy, Noda is intimate and eclectic, and Camp is exploratory and industrial chic. Planning tips: ride the Lynx Blue Line to East-West or Bland for South End and to 36th Street for Noda. For Camp, check rideshare zones and follow wayfinding signs from the lots. Wear comfortable shoes, carry a pocket notebook for artists' names, and budget for one piece of affordable art. Snap photos of gallery cards, not wall labels, and map a loop so you finish near food. Hydrate and check bathroom access. Charlotte's intimate rooms reward listeners. The Evening Muse in Noda spotlights singer-songwriters and bands with crisp sound and respectful crowds. Petra's hosts disco nights, drag, and indie shows. The back room feels like a secret studio. Snug Harbor leans garage, punk, and experimental, while Starlight on 22nd curates cozy DJ nights. Reading calendars. Scan social feeds. Click event pages for set times and note openers, often tomorrow's headliners. Typical cover ranges from 7 to 20, cash or card. Doors usually at 7 or 8, music an hour later. Bring earplugs, tip bartenders, and buy a band's merch. That t-shirt keeps the tour van rolling. Arrive early for stools and soundcheck glimpses. It's worthwhile. Reset your body between bites and beats. Brewery-run clubs meet weekly across the city. Pace groups welcome newcomers, and routes often finish with discounted pints. Many parks and studios offer free or donation-based yoga. Bring a mat or beach towel, sunscreen, and water. Greenways are your best friend. Little Sugar Creek and Stewart Creek offer shade, skyline views, and bike-friendly paths. Best times are early mornings and golden hour, when temperatures drop and traffic fades. Carry a light, a bell, or reflectors if you'll be out near dusk. Respect trail etiquette. Stay right, pass left, announce politely, and yield to families. Fresh air multiplies every neighborhood experience. Stretch afterward and hydrate between stops. If you like one-of-a-kind finds, build your weekend around markets. Camp North End hosts seasonal markets packed with artists, vintage curators, and small-batch food producers. In South End, Front Porch Sundays turns a parking lot into a community fair with dogs, strollers, and live music. Uptown Farmers Market anchors Saturday mornings with produce, mushrooms, and surprise pastries. Vendor etiquette. Ask before touching delicate pieces, carry small bills, and snag limited-run goods early. Follow your favorite makers on social for restocks and pop-ups. Many vendors offer pre-orders for market pickup, handy if you're hopping art crawls. Buying locally keeps creative ecosystems thriving. from print shops to pottery kilns. Ask about workshops or studio visits. Our Neighborhood Bite today tracks down Central Avenue for a mom-and-pop lineup built to share. Start at a family taqueria, order a quesabirria to split and a side of consommé for dunking. Next, slide into a Salvadoran spot for two pupusas, one revuelta, one loroco, and a curtido refresher. Hop to a Vietnamese bakery for a banh mi cut into quarters, add a Thai tea to pass around. Finish at a gelato or paleta window for rotating seasonal flavors. Ordering tips. Always ask what's house-made. Swap half orders to maximize variety and grab extra napkins. Sit outside if possible and trade bites. That's half the fun. Share costs evenly, thank cooks, and tip generously. Always smile. Hidden gem alert. Rosie's Coffee and Wine Garden, inside McGill Rose Garden. Best morning window is just after opening, when dew clings to petals and the espresso bar hums softly. Bring a book, choose a quiet corner bench, and let bees do their gentle choreography. Golden hour transforms the garden. Rosé or a light red pairs with sunset and soft conversation. Quiet corner tip. Walk the far loop first to scout, then settle where foliage buffers nearby chatter. Mind the pathways. Don't pick blooms and pack out cups. On cool days, a scarf keeps you lingering longer. It's romance without pretense, accessible yet delightfully tucked away. Weekdays feel spacious, weekends buzz politely beautifully. Our local sound pick, the Evening Muses Monday Open Mic. Consider it a starter kit for discovering Charlotte artists. The list fills quickly, so arrive early, grab a seat, and treat it like a listening room. You'll hear everything: soul, folk, hip-hop, poetry, and you'll spot future headliners testing songs. Bring small bills for the tip jar and buy a drink to support the room. Take notes on names, then follow artists on socials to catch their next sets around town. If you're brave, sign up and try a song or a poem. Open mics are laboratories, and the Muses crowd is famously kind and attentive. Respect time limits and celebrate every performer's courage loudly. Meet the Maker. Rotate between Goodyear Arts and Dup and Swat for creator spotlights. At Goodyear Arts, ask artists about process, materials, and how space shapes their work. You'll learn how residencies translate into performances, installations, or zines. At Dup and Swat, chat with designers about identity, collaboration, and community fashion shows. Good questions. What's new on your table? Where can people buy pieces online? Any classes or pop-ups coming? Most artists appreciate email lists. Join so you catch limited drops. When you purchase, note care instructions and framing tips. Sharing the story behind what you bought turns an object into a conversation starter. Tag artists online. Attribution helps opportunities find them faster. Here's a weekend shortlist template that mixes food, art, music, and a wellness reset across 2 neighborhoods. Friday, Camp North End. Open studios, food trucks, Leah and Louise dinner, then Petty Thieves for a Skyline nightcap. Saturday morning, Uptown Farmers Market for breakfast pastries and produce, then a Stewart Creek Greenway walk on the west side. Saturday night, Noda, dinner on the plaza, evening Muse show, and a late slice nearby. Sunday, Mara Oakhurst, coffee window, Eve Common Market hang, and a pop-up maker stroll. Close with a quiet hour at Rosie's in McGill Rose Garden. 4 picks, 2 clusters each day, and room for spontaneous finds. Build buffers, hydrate often, and screenshot hours before visiting. Trust curiosity. Getting around smarter keeps days smooth. Ride the Lynx Blue Line for Noda and Optimist Hall. Hop off at 36th Street or Parkwood for short walks. The City Lynx Gold Line serves the West End. Ride to Johnson & Wales, JCSU, or French Street. Scooters and bikes bridge last-mile gaps. Bring lights at night. Use rideshare pickup zones after shows and screenshot lot numbers before you wander. Parking cheat codes. Garages near light rail stops, church lots during non-service hours where posted, and neighborhood side streets without permit signs. Budget and timing tips. Chase golden hour photos, reserve peak restaurants, and hit popular halls early to beat lines. Free galleries abound. Plan snacks between reservations wisely. All right, that's our circuit through Charlotte's best-kept neighborhood secrets. We mapped microhoods, covered respectful exploring, and walked the West Side, North End, Mora Oakhurst, Belmont, Optimist Park, Villa Heights, and the International Corridor. You've got strategies for art crawls, live rooms, run clubs, greenways, markets, and a progressive dinner that travels the world in a few miles. Bookmark our episode page for maps, links, and the Neighborhood Bite, Hidden Gem, Local Sound, and Meet the Maker notes. Subscribe to the Charlotte Local Unplugged newsletter for weekly picks and saved itineraries. I'm Sam Collins. Thanks for unplugging with me. Go gently, tip well, ride transit, and keep the city's stories flowing. See you out there.
You've been listening to Charlotte Local Unplugged with host Sam Collins. Until next time, plan fast, explore deep, and enjoy Charlotte.